On today's Saturday news, the original WrestleMania plans for John Cena have been revealed.
The backstage heat on Travis Scott.
WWE are already making plans for a former AEW star.
And the Young Bucks return is in the works. Are you ready? Are you ready for the news times? My name is Phil Chambers and I'm joined by Gareth Morgan to talk all things wrestling. But first up,
we have big information. Because obviously it was a massive weekend. Little did we know what was coming last weekend when we were doing this news video. My goodness. Yeah, we had the John Cena heel turn, which is the talk of all of wrestling. I don't think probably we've been able to get through a single news video maybe this week without talking about it. Because it's huge. It's huge. It's a massive moment. And obviously the Observer was always going to cover all the behind-the-scenes stuff, what was actually going on that day, or what's been reported anyway, what sources have said. And Dave, yeah, he delivered it because it's a doozy. There's a lot of information, so I'm just going to try and fire through it as quickly as I can. So what happened, like obviously with the actual turn itself, like the speed of how it came about was only really known by like a couple of people, like not a lot of people. That's kind of been said a lot. Like Triple H kind of took over very much. I think like I've seen like I think he said in an interview or something that he just went into the trailer or wherever they do like Gorilla and just like took control for that last like section of the show, and like not a lot of people knew what was coming. During the day when they were actually putting the show together, the segment was actually listed as coming after the Trish Tiffany Stratton match against Nia Jax and Candice. Like, it was there originally, and then like I think some sites out there had that as like, yeah, that was happening because that's what everyone backstage thought was going on at that point. But then just before the show, there was a change with the segment then being pushed right to the end. So I bet a few people were like, oh, what's going on here? It's a bit interesting. A lot of producers backstage weren't even like sure of what was going on. They were surprised when they obviously went to Kevin Owens against Sami Zayn after that match. They were like, oh, okay. But then obviously by that time, like a number of like places had said that like the show, I'm just going to read this bit verbatim because I feel like I'm going to misquote a little bit here, but it says, even though by that time it was out before the show started in a number of places that the Rock Road segment would now be the main event on the show. So a couple of maybe sites and sources had already kind of cottoned on to the fact that, okay, it's going to be going on at the end. So the story that Dave was told, like the Observer was told, which is what was being said after the show among people in like the inner circle, is that the segment as it was laid out would have had Rhodes so I'll try this again. It's Dave speak again. It's very hard to comprehend sometimes. Is that the segment as laid out would have Rhodes turn Rock down, but Cena wouldn't be involved and would win the chamber. So originally he wasn't involved. It would have just been Rhodes going, nope, don't fancy it, and Cena just would have won the chamber. The plan was that the Cena turn with Rock would have been saved for WrestleMania's finish. So that's the apparently original plans for WrestleMania right there. The idea is that once the decision was made during the day to do it on this show, then obviously it had to go on last, because how the hell do you follow that? So yeah, a lot of the top few people in WWE could be swerving their own people and like just saying this for the sake of saying it. It could have always been going on last, and the term was like always on the show. Like that could have been a thing as well. But after the show, many of the key people were told that it was a late change. And that even though like The Rock was saying after the show that this was the long game and all that stuff, it doesn't sound like it was. It sounds like it was something that was last minute in terms of actually going down at Elimination Chamber. But there's more on that in terms of what the original plan was apparently for The Rock as well. So The Rock, like Dwayne Johnson, when he wasn't going to wrestle at WrestleMania and he decided, yeah, I still want to be a part of the WrestleMania build anyway, he wanted to be aligned with Cody Rhodes, with Cody being a heel, right? And then there are some people in the company who believe that the only thing that could like hurt the company right now, a company that is on fire and feels like it can do no wrong in a way, would have been Rhodes turning heel, because they felt that right now the current crowd is a Cody crowd. People love Cody, so turning Cody heel, probably not good. Like maybe like memories of the whole Stone Cold Steve Austin thing at WrestleMania X7 that might not have been a great idea. Rhodes apparently turned down this idea. Cody Rhodes said didn't fancy it, so they went to John Cena as the second choice. The John Cena heel turn, one of the biggest moments in all of wrestling, was apparently a second choice. Dave, so Dave he just editorializes every now and again, obviously in the Observer. He said, I had figured Punk was going to get the slot, but we're told it never came down to him, as Cena agreed to do it. So who knows, if Cena would have said no, maybe they would have had to turn to Punk. You never know with this kind of thing, but I know there's a lot there to unpack, a lot of information, but it just seems like even though The Rock's just sitting there in his press conference going, hey, brother, long game, yeah, that's what we're doing, all that. No, it doesn't seem like it. It seems like there were different plans in place. Maybe the end result would have still been Cena heel turn down the road. Seems like that at WrestleMania. Maybe that's Cody and Rock together as heels and then Cena. Maybe they have a double turn. That could have been interesting. A double turn at WrestleMania. I'm just like speculating now, just based on this information. But that is, yeah. Do you know when we were talking about there's not enough chaos and shenanigans on the road to this WrestleMania? Yeah, not anymore.
Yeah, they definitely found the chaos button, didn't they? Yeah, I think this worked out probably for the best. I agree with Cody in that a heel turn now just seems like a bit of a crazy move for Cody Rhodes. He's getting the greatest reactions of his life. The whole company's kind of been built around him as top babyface for ages, and it leaves a huge hole in obviously they've got Punk kind of waiting there in terms of top babyface, but he's always kind of been. He's not that white meat top WWE guy babyface kind of thing, is he? That Cody Rhodes definitely is. And the reactions that Cody's getting, I get why it's oh yeah, but if you turn heel while you're on the top, then it makes it that much more impactful. But
the way people reacted on SmackDown to Cody, after all, I was I was getting chills. I was getting a bit emotional. I was we're here, aren't we? We're in an era where Cody's the guy, and I love it.
And run with it for as long as it lasts. And it won't last forever. And I enjoy that they're putting ripples into his character, definitely. Because obviously that kind of pure white meat babyface thing can't last forever. So you've got to add some more things, wrinkles in there. So I like that they're doing that. But yeah, now's not the time. But the John Cena thing, my God.
The time is now.
The time is now. Nobody saw that coming. And that just opens everything for the rest of the year, not only just WrestleMania, for the whole year about what this John Cena final year is going to look like. It's going to be incredible. And it makes the road to WrestleMania more interesting. It makes WrestleMania more interesting. I think doing it before WrestleMania makes that entrance and the John Cena match much more anticipated, because that'll probably be the first time he'll wrestle as a bad guy. So what's that entrance going to look like? Everything about it is more interesting now because of this little. So I say a little switch. It's quite a big switch, but still.
little change in the plan there.
Just a little change.
Little change there. Yeah.
So I'm glad it worked out the way it was, and I'm glad people pushed back on The Rock's original idea, because it wasn't a good one, Rock.
No, he has his moments, doesn't he?
You know what is a good idea, though? Coming to the WhatCulture live show. WhatCulture.com/tickets. You can come and see us in Belfast, Glasgow, and Manchester. Not in that order, a different order. And Las goddamn Vegas itself. The UK shows are all pre-shows to the WWE events that are going on with the WWE tour, so there'll be loads of time to get to the WWE events, so come see us. We'll be talking wrestling nonsense, having some drinks and a big old hangout and meet and greet, so come to that, whatculture.com/tickets. And then the Vegas thing is going to be a big old SmackDown watch party, along with a live ups and downs straight afterwards, and WrestleMania preview podcast, and just a big party night. It's going to be 4 p.m. till late, so come and hang out with us and just have a jolly good time in Las Vegas. Why not? But you know who's not having a jolly good time?
I thought you were going to say, do you know who's not going to Las Vegas then? And I was like, me, Phil.
That would be really harsh, but true. Yeah. But you know who's not having a good time is Cody Rhodes' eardrum, because Travis Scott slapped the crap out of him. So there is apparently backstage heat on Travis Scott for this. Quite obviously, this is also coming from the Wrestling Observer newsletter. Apparently, plenty of talent backstage are upset about him getting physical, and he's got all kinds of heat, with the wording he used, for busting Cody's eardrum and giving him a black eye. Now, many people thought he shouldn't have been put in this place in the first place, which, I mean, given what happened, I guess fair. It was really odd that he was there. He added nothing to that moment, I don't think. It was just really strange. But Rock's gonna rock, I guess. But he was apparently told backstage to make any offense he did look good. But obviously he went a little bit too far on that side of things. And yeah, busted Cody's eardrum and gave him a black eye. Which ain't great, let's face it. So yeah, there are plenty of backstage heat on Travis Scott for whatever his part in that Elimination Chamber thing was.
Yeah, I mean, you have some sympathy if like you're saying there that he was told to make it look good. It's like,
Yeah.
if he's not in the business like a lot, the average person might think, hit him. Like, you can see maybe how he got there, but maybe that's the people backstage need to be a bit clearer. Just go, make it look good. Don't actually hurt the human. Like, we're still doing wrestling here. It's still theatre. Like, just do a little bit of that. Again, the only like silver lining in it, Cody, he was on SmackDown with all the marks on his face. It looked good. It sold the attack and everything else. But maybe let's protect our WWE champion a little bit more by like just not doing things like that again going forward. Okay, so like more big like WWE news potentially in the next like couple of weeks, whatever it is. Ray Fenix. All right, Ray Fenix. We've spoken about him a lot over the last like couple of weeks. Like, what's going to happen? Like, if he's going to leave AEW, he's now left AEW. He's not there anymore. He's a free agent, and there's been a lot of obviously talk and rumblings about him going over to WWE and joining up with Penta, reuniting the Lucha Brothers, and all the rest of it. And now we've got more updates on this because it's been said that, according to PW Insider Elite, he's most likely going to start with WWE after WWE has finished their European tour. So that's going to run from next week's SmackDown. I think that's in Barcelona, Spain. I love Barcelona. We went to Barcelona recently, didn't we? We had a good time. Yeah, we love Barcelona. We always wave that flag for Barcelona. And that's going to run to March 31st. And that's going to be the London, England episode of Raw. So that's going to run to there. So it's thought that maybe after that, like back in America, whatever show is back in America after that, like it could be the Ray Fenix debut show if he does indeed end up popping up in WWE. I think Fightful have said, I think they reported recently that merch was already being designed for his arrival. I think it was Fightful Select. If it's not, just abuse me in the comments. It's all good. And he's also set for his WWE medical soon, so probably going to the Performance Center, just showing everyone that he's the flippiest human on planet Earth. I'm excited for this. If this is fully going to happen and we are going to get maybe Lucha Brothers at WrestleMania, I know like it shouldn't just be like just doing this as a go-to, but I think on this one occasion, I'm kind of here for it. Maybe just put a load of mad tag teams in a ladder match and just watch the Lucha Brothers be incredible. Just do it. We've not had it at a WrestleMania before. It'd be incredible. Crazy, I nearly said there. A combination of incredible and crazy. Crazy stuff.
Yeah, I'm well up for this. Whatever they do with Ray Fenix, it's going to be really interesting to see in WWE. He's amazing, obviously. If they get some kind of big nonsense multi-man match at Mania, they'll both just go absolutely mad for it, and it'll be really good fun. But at the same time, even if it's like singles, like when they were originally pitching this, like Penta and Fenix, they were like saying that they come as a package deal, so they obviously want to like stay together but at least be in the same company together. But it's going to be interesting to see whether they just get slotted right into the tag team scene or whether they'll have their own kind of moments on their own in single stuff and then sort of come together occasionally. It's going to be interesting to see how they weave it. But yeah, I think for now maybe just because WrestleMania is going to be a pretty stacked card, so so there's not going to be a spot to have like both of them in a singles match each or anything. So yeah, this time Lucha Brothers at WrestleMania, just that is going to be a sight to behold.
Yeah,
so why
I'm
not?
up for it. Let
them go and show what they can do on the grandest stage of them all. But moving over to AEW, and again, sticking with the Wrestling Observer newsletter, they have some news about the Young Bucks coming back. Now, they've been gone from AEW since October last year when they dropped the tag belts to Private Party, which is much longer than I thought in my head for some reason. But they were apparently backstage at a recent Dynamite in California, and plans are in the works for a Young Bucks return. Dave Meltzer was careful to note that he doesn't think they'll be one of the ones that kind of fall into the AEW "we've got nothing for you" creative black hole, obviously, because they're the Young Bucks. So the plans are being put in place for them to return, but no update on when or what it will be or anything else, just that they're in the works. So potentially soon we'll be seeing the Young Bucks back on AEW TV.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what I want to see from the Young Bucks. Not in like a way like where I don't want to see them. Of course I want to see the Young Bucks because they're incredible. But there's no obvious thing in my mind that like springs to mind where I'm like, oh yeah, slot them in there. That'd be incredible. whether it's just more elite stuff, like you've got the Kenny Omega stuff going on right now with Takeshita and the Don Callis family. Hangman's like at war with everyone, really, but MJF currently as well. Whether that becomes a thing and they all try and get back together again, like it's an interesting time for the Young Bucks because they've pretty much done it all in AEW, haven't they?
Yep, literally. Like apart from I guess winning the world title as single stars.
Yeah, done everything. So I just don't know what else is there. It's a nice position to be in when you have done everything. But it's an interesting one. I'm fascinated by it.
Let us know in the comments. Where do you want to see the Young Bucks fit in? What do you want to see them do on AEW TV? Let us know in the comments down below. And while you're at it, well, not really while you're at it, but at a different time, go follow us on social media. You can follow me at PhilMyChambers, and you can follow Gareth
at gmorgan04 on X, on Instagram at Gareth Morgram. And then if you like your personal training, fitness, all that kind of stuff, follow me at fitness.focus.gm as well.
There it is. Click the video on the screen to continue on your YouTube journey. I will be back for Ups and Downs later because Simon Miller is still on holiday, but he will be back on Raw. Don't worry, it's not forever.
You're gonna shave your head. You gotta shave your head for it.
I am not. I
them's
don't have
the
that
rules.
kind of commitment.
It's a contract.
But most importantly, have yourselves a bloody good day.